a moment, a season in my life. I put you in my plans. I did what I thought was right. I worked so hard just to watch it die. Sometimes you have to leave some things behind.
Welcome to Blastzone Mike's FireRock TV show, and today we have Cranberry Suit. Cranberry Suit is very dear and near to my heart because they are a band that I signed to FireRock Music Group. They just released their new debut album on March 8th, right?
7th, but yes.
March 7th, yeah.
March 7th. And it came out on vinyl, as you'll see there on Brad's side, and digital. And you all, let's go back to kind of the beginning. How did all this come together with you and Mike and all that?
So I was kind of bored, and I played in a couple of tribute bands, Black Crows, and that was cool. And then I did a Bad Company one, and that was cool. This was years ago. And so I kind of got tired of it, so I kind of left music for a while. Then I got the itch, but I wanted to do original music. So I answered a Craigslist ad, some guy that played the acoustic guitar and played a 12-string. And I was used to people sending me stuff, and it wasn't like it was bad. It just didn't, inspire me. And I was at Disneyland, and all of a sudden I remember he sent me a recording, and I put it on of him playing this song he wrote on a 12-string. And I was like, dude, I want to get together with you, like right when I get back. And then he sent me another one. He said, I just wrote this, and they were nuts. But long story short, he was a little bit afraid to play in front of people. So he wouldn't settle on a name, and he just caused me so many problems that we finally parted ways. And someone had answered a Craigslist ad to be the second guitar player and to give us the electric guitar and have him stay on the acoustic. And his name was Lars. And so I go to the guy until he quit, kind of thing, I guess, because I gave him an opportunity. I pushed him until he went over the edge. And I knew he couldn't stick around. He was causing so many problems. And so I called Mike and I said, hey, you're going to show up tomorrow or next week for the audition. And Mike goes, oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I said, well, is there any way you could just take all those acoustic songs and turn them to electric, just full on guitar? And you're the only guitar player now. And he was like, okay. And you can ask him. He was stressed, but you wouldn't know it. And he actually did it. He actually transcribed all of these 12-string acoustic songs and showed up not to come in as the second guitar player, but to be the guitar player. And it's all history from there, man. We started writing his songs, and now we're Cranberry Suit.
And Mike, you came from obviously other bands and things like that. We've talked in the past about some of the things you've done, but you've done quite a bit in the music industry yourself, correct?
Yeah, I've been playing for a long time, since I started when I was about 15. That's kind of one of the really cool things about Cranberry Suit is we've all got a pretty extensive history, playing prior to this project. So that in itself has helped us, accomplish the things that we've done so far, you know what I mean? And really kind of be able to focus on the sound that we want and be in command of that.
And with that, I have to say, if it weren't for the Atomic Kings, there wouldn't be no Cranberry Suit and FireRock Music Group, because that's how we connected. I don't know which one of you seen it and messaged me, but one of you messaged me and said, hey, we're doing the same thing they're doing, just different music. And that's how it came together, correct?
Yeah, so Ken Rock, the singer for Atomic Kings, he's just one of the coolest guys you'd ever, you know what I mean? He's one of those guys you would just want to hang out with, because him and his wife are just cool people. They're real. But he got on with Greg Chasen's band, Atomic Kings, And Mike's a big Badlands. He's a big Badlands Jakey Lee guy. So we were friends with him. We met the other guys, and then I saw that they were signed to this one label, and I don't remember the name of it. But then I saw a post that they had signed with you guys, and so I was like, you know what? So I just said, well, give it a shot. And I just reached out to you, sent you our stuff, and I just said, yeah, I'm a friend of Ken's, and we dig Atomic Kings. If you guys like them, I think you'll dig what we're doing, or something like that. And you did. And now we're, charting on the college charts, which is really cool, man.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that you're charting on the college charts and
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I'm so thankful.
7 and 8 and 6 on other charts, and man, that's pretty amazing. I mean, did you all think that things would take off like they have since the beginning?
Go ahead, Mike.
That's always hard to say, like we definitely believed in Cranberry Suit, we believe in Cranberry Suit, but we knew we were on to something from so I guess there, like Brad was saying, there was an ad, in the local classifieds that I found. And I was just determined to be, in a rock and roll band with a real singer and into the roots of the influences that I had growing up, And so when Brad and I met, I heard him sing on the demos that he sent from the original stage of Cranberry Suit, and I was just like, yeah, if me and this guy work out some stuff, it's gonna be cool. Like I know it is. And but from the beginning, it took us 2 years to find the lineup that we have right now. So, but even through that, we knew, if we just got this music produced and we're able to get these ideas together, put a tight rhythm section behind us, and fill out our sound, that it would be cool. But I didn't, I'm kind of still in shock, that we're charting like we are, just being out for 2 weeks. It's cool. I'm happy it happened. It's really exciting. I don't know, I'm stumbling over myself because in a way I knew our music was good. I know people are gonna like it. When you hear this record, you're gonna like this record. It's just seeing the actual results of it is still kind of new and exciting, though. I didn't expect to be on the radio and be charting. Not really, especially lately. It's hard to do.
Any interviews yet with PR?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you done any interviews with PR yet?
Yeah, this actually this is our second interview. We talked to a guy from Fanboy Nation, Robert from Fanboy Nation out of LA. We've I guess we got a review in Screamer magazine out of LA so far. And what do we have coming up?
Jeff tomorrow.
Jeff
on Tuesday.
Jeff Collins from BBC Radio, or
well, yeah, he wrote the Rock Legends at Rockfield. Check that book out. But he's interviewed everybody that's cool that I dig, from Robert Plant to Duff, whoever, Slash. He's interviewed them all, so that's cool, man.
And you all were on the magazine cover before the album came out too, right?
Yeah, Ion magazine.
Oh yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah, we were the for the start of 2025. We were their first issue for 2025 for new bands, or
Yeah,
that was cool. Was that because of the Dawkins show?
Yes. That's right. It was because of the Dawkins show, and that's an interesting thing. When you asked Mike, did you expect to have such a great start from zero to where we're at right now? And I agree with what he's saying. But when we play those big shows, and we've done like 3 or 4 of them at the Rialto with Dawkins and Steel Panther, and then the Dio's band. Vivian Campbell and those guys. And the response from the crowd was crazy. Like they thought we were on tour with those guys, all of them. And so I figured that if we can get this exposed out there, that hopefully the response is the same from the world that hasn't heard any Cranberry Suit yet, and then we can make a bunch of new friends and go on tour and do what we all want to do. You know what I mean? And that's interesting because it's the fans. You know what I mean? It's not anything but that. That's your music's good. It's good. If it's great, it's great. It's just, do people like your music? and I think they do. I think they will continue to.
Speaking of that, do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, we're playing here in Tucson at Groundworks on Saturday, May 17th. It's going to be an all ages show for a nonprofit organization. So the proceeds are going to go to a local charity. And then May 31st, we're playing at the Hitching Post down in Bisbee, Arizona.
Who's that with?
We're going to be playing some friends of ours, Hooker Hill, and another band, good friends of ours, Crown Syndicate.
Crown Syndicate. Cool, cool. And everybody can get the album worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you all doing signing them and numbering them and all that kind of stuff? Are you doing that yet?
Yeah, for the what do you call it? The first run of vinyl that we got, we signed a bunch of those. So some of those will be available at our shows. A lot of them were ordered during pre-orders, and then that's going to be a limited run for those. I don't think we numbered them. I think we signed what, 50 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so now we got to get to the thick of it, man. True. So, if you could have the perfect tour this summer, who would it be with?
Uh, I think the perfect tour, it's an A or B, and it's not in a particular order. It would just be who was available. You know what I mean? If Cranberry Suit could go out with the Dead Daisies or the Rival Sons, that would be the best tour that anybody could see this summer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's doable. I mean, that's very doable. I could see the Dead Daisies right when Krabi came back, and
Yeah,
put up that new
Great,
single.
they're
And
on fire right now.
Krabi's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Krabi, it's wild. You watch Krabi play. I don't know if you've all seen him play with the Dead Daisies, but he doesn't exert himself, man. It's like a master class of how to be a rock star.
yeah, right.
He just him. I've said it before. Him and Ripper Owens, because I saw Ripper with KK last year too, are two of the most masterful singers I've ever seen. Yeah, singers get out of breath, or singers slow down, or whatever case is. These guys don't slow down, but they pace themselves to that pace that it's like watching a work of art, like a painting be painted. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a
Yep.
pro wrestler. If you watch enough wrestling, you can see how in your head how it's supposed to play out, and it's all masterful. Well, I'd say there's very few singers in the world that can paint that picture for you as it's going along, because listen, I've seen a lot of bands, and I'm not going to say any in particular, but man, by the third song, they're out of breath and can't even sing.
Yeah.
So that's a great tour. You have to put me on one of your wardrobe closets so I can go out and hang out with Robbie with you all, because he'd be a kick, man. He I think he's great. I think Robbie's great. I mean, I
Yeah.
would never say that he wasn't great. and I don't know Rival Sons that much.
Oh, I love
Oh
them.
man, yeah,
Um,
that's a band you need to spend some time with.
Yeah, I would say they're the closest thing to Led Zeppelin without sounding like Zeppelin, but that vibe and that whole vibe. I think they're the closest thing that I've heard in the last like 20 years that anybody is that approaches everything and songwriting and everything. I don't think they have a bad song, and they have like 5 or 6, maybe even 7 albums, and it's just crazy.
wow, so they're even more so than like a trying to think of I don't know who. I lost my thought. I can't remember now. I always thought that the shoe-in to be Led Zeppelin's new singer would have been Great White singer.
Oh, Jack,
Uh,
yeah, they did that cover album.
They
yeah,
did get the
Jack
lead.
Russell.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
Jack Russell.
amazing.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You heard that, right? Get the lead out.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. It's probably one of the best Great White albums ever.
yeah, I've heard it. They did a good job.
It's a shame Jack died last year. He
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know we see that more and more in the music that we listen to. Um, like what's that band called that their singer just passed, just was found dead in his car? 24/7 Spies. You remember
Oh,
that
really?
band?
Yeah.
That singer was just found in his car dead in New York.
Wow.
And they're like, how the hell that happened, It's crazy,
Wow.
man, that we are the people that we grow up listening to. Like right now, everybody's complaining because Kiss is coming back and playing again. But this time they're playing without no makeup on. So they technically didn't say people knew this was going to happen. They were going to go out without makeup. But I hear people bitch all the time and say, "Oh, well, I can't believe this band's playing, that band's playing." Well, until people don't stop going to buy tickets, people are going to keep on coming out
there you go.
and
That's a
going to do
fact.
that kind of stuff, right?
That is a fact.
So now we need to
Yeah,
get Cranberry Suit on one of these great tours. And then your next go is to go to Europe, right?
right.
Yeah,
That's
100%. That's something I've been fortunate enough to spend some time over there before, and I think Cranberry Suit would just make sense in Europe. I think that's a good place for us to go. I mean, we'd love to see the world, man. I want to do it like my heroes did it. I would love to present this band to the whole planet. I think we've got something that everybody's going to dig. A piece of. And but yeah, Europe would be a great stop. Their festival scene is just phenomenal.
Oh, it's amazing over there. Well, tell everybody how they can reach out to you, or if they want to maybe book the band, or they want to finance the band, or whoever finds this one day.
For all things
Cranberry
Cranberry Suit, yeah, you can find us at cranberrysuit.com.
yeah,
You can find us on Facebook /Cranberry Suit. You can find us on Instagram. I think it's Cranberry Suit Rock Band. And yeah, we're you can find us everywhere. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and cranberrysuit.com. We're easy to find.
And the next single's coming out, correct?
We've got a video coming out for one of the tracks called Empty Sound, and that'll be the next one to come out.
ETA for when it's coming out?
Soon, sooner than later.
Okay, sounds good. All right, man. It was great
We
seeing
shot
you.
it. We just need to finish editing it.
I'm a Sunday morning sinner in a white church, on my knees praying till it hurts in the back row with all the other lost souls. I'm a double shot of whiskey in a dive bar, A cowboy looking for a wild card I can take home. For the sun, I'm long gone.